Good morning, students. In this session, I will explain about orthogonalization, method of reduction of quadratic form to canonical form by orthogonal transformation. So here, we reduce the quadratic form to canonical form by the orthogonal transformation. The concept is also known as sum of squares form. So here we will discuss about reduction of quadratic form to canonical form by the orthogonal transformation, that is orthogonalization. Procedure to reduce the quadratic form to canonical form by orthogonal transformation. In previous class, we have discussed about quadratic forms. Now in this session, we will reduce the quadratic form to canonical form by orthogonal transformation. Here we will use few steps to reduce the quadratic form to canonical form. The first step is write the quotient matrix capital A is associated with the given quadratic form. So in first step we have to write the quotient matrix. In second step we have to find out the all eigen values of the given matrix capital A. In third step we have to write the canonical form using the expression lambda 1 y1 square plus lambda 2 y2 square plus and so on plus lambda n yn square. In last step, that is the fourth step, form the matrix P containing the normalized eigenvectors of capital A as column vectors. Then x equal to py, which gives the required orthogonal transformation which reduces the quadratic form to canonical form. So in fourth step, we have to define x as py. So P is here model matrix or normalized matrix which contains the normalized eigenvectors of capital A as column vectors. And Y is column matrix which having y1, y2 and so on yn as n variables. So easy. Just we have to follow these four steps to reduce the quadratic form to canonical form. The first step is we have to write the quotient matrix capital A, that is the symmetric matrix capital A which is associated with the given quadratic form. In second step, we have to find out all eigenvalues. In third step, write the canonical form using the expression lambda 1 y1 square plus lambda 2 y2 square plus and so on plus lambda n yn square. In fourth step, the matrix P containing the normalized eigenvectors of capital A as column vectors. So here we have to define the model matrix P which contains the normalized eigenvectors which are associated with capital A. And last but not least, x equal to py is the required orthogonal transformation, that is x1, x2 and so on xn variables are transformed to y1, y2, y3 and so on yn with respect to the relation x equal to py. So which is the required orthogonal transformation which reduces the quadratic form to canonical form. Remember these are four steps. Now we will go to problems. Problem: reduce the quadratic form. Given quadratic form having three variables x, y, z and each and every term having degree 2. So it is a quadratic form. Now we have to reduce this quadratic form to canonical form by the use of orthogonal transformation. So the matrix A associated with the given quadratic form is a matrix of 3 minus 1 0 minus 1 2 minus 1 0 minus 1 3. So to define this, just write xyz in row, write xyz in column and take the 3 by 3 matrix as the quotients of x square, xy, xz yx, y square, yz, zx, zy, z square. Just write the quotients of x square, y square, z square as principal diagonal elements. Minus 2xy can be split as minus xy minus yx. Minus 2yz can be split as minus yz minus zy. There is a missing term, that is minus xz. So xz term is missed here. Just take the quotient as a 0. And clearly we can define the symmetric matrix A. So thus the symmetric matrix is obtained. So it is the first step. So first step is clearly completed. Now we have to find out the eigenvalues. In second step we have to compute eigenvalues. For this we require characteristic equation. The characteristic equation is the determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0. Taking the determinant of the given matrix A, which is obtained by just subtracting lambda from the principal diagonal elements of A, that is A minus lambda I can be obtained. Now this determinant is equated to 0, and then simplifying the determinant we will get lambda minus 3 into lambda minus 1 into lambda minus 4 equal to 0. Equating the product to 0, so we will have 3 lambda values, that is lambda equal to 3, lambda equal to 1 and lambda equal to 4, which are all are different. So these are the eigenvalues. Thus the second step is completed. Now we have to compute eigenvectors corresponding to these eigenvalues. For lambda equal to 3, we have to take equivalent matrix Ax equal to O, which is already discussed in finding eigenvectors. So we have 3 equations. So we will have y equal to 0 and x is minus z. The corresponding eigenvector is x1, that is 1, 0, minus 1. Similarly for lambda equal to 1, the eigenvector, just we have to take a minus lambda I of x equal to 0 and we have to replace lambda equal to 1 and the system is equated to 0. So we will have 3 equations here, and assigning one arbitrary constant to one variable, that is z, as k is arbitrary constant, so that y is 2k, 2x is 2k, x is k. In general we can take k as 1. Thus the corresponding eigenvector x2 is matrix of 1, 2, 1. It is the second eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda equal to 1. Next, similarly for lambda equal to 4, we have the eigenvector x3 is matrix of 1, minus 1, 1. Here I am not discussing much about eigenvectors because we have already discussed in eigenvalues and eigenvectors concept. Now we have 3 eigenvectors which are mutually orthogonal. Now we can define the normalized eigenvectors of the obtained eigenvectors. Normalized means each and every element is divided with whose norm of the vector. Norm means suppose x is x1, x2, x3, whose norm is given by square root of x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square. Each and every element of the eigenvector which is divided with whose norm. For example, x3 is there, x3 is there, that is matrix of 1, minus 1, 1, whose norm is square root of 1 square plus minus 1 whole square plus 1 square, that is the square root of 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is the square root 3. So here E3 can be obtained just by dividing each element with root 3, that is 1 by root 3 minus 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. So thus E3 can be obtained. Now defining the model matrix P, which is in the normalized form, that is matrix of E1, E2, E3. So clearly P is a model matrix here, which is defined. So Podal matrix is obtained by taking the columns as normalized eigenvectors. Diagonalization. Since P is orthogonal matrix, P inverse is equal to P transpose. We will have P transpose AP. If we compute P transpose AP, we will have D as result. D means diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix means, I have already told. So what is a diagonal matrix? Except principal diagonal elements are zeros, then it is called diagonal elements, diagonal matrix. So just multiplying these three matrices, so we will have D, that is matrix of 3, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 4. So clearly 3, 1, 4. What are 3, 1, 4 here? Lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. So which are the eigenvalues of the given matrix A? So A is the symmetric matrix. So here we computed a diagonal matrix D, which involves the eigenvalues as principal diagonal elements. So it is the diagonalization, but we have to form the orthogonalization. For this we have to compute Y transpose dy. Y transpose is row matrix y1, y2, y3, and Y is column matrix, that is y1, y2, y3, and D is a diagonal matrix which is obtained just, that is a matrix of 3, 0, 0, 0, 1, 4, 0, 0, 0, 4, which having the principal diagonal elements as eigenvalues. Now multiplying these three matrices, we will have an expression, that is a 3y1 square plus y2 square plus 4y3 square by the orthogonal transformation. So we will have orthogonal transformation, last step. So what is the last step? X equal to Py. So just multiplying the two matrices, that is P and Y. So Y is a column matrix, y1, y2, y3, and P is a model matrix. Just multiplying these two matrices, we will have X. But what is X here? X is unknown matrix, that is x1, x2, x3 or x, y, z. Thus the variables x, y, z are transformed to y1, y2, y3. So here the transformation is orthogonal transformation. So it is about the orthogonal transformation. So just 4 steps are used here. In first step we have to compute eigenvalues. In second step we have to compute eigenvectors. In third step we have to form the model matrix, which is formed with normalized eigenvectors which corresponding to the eigenvectors. In next step we have to compute a diagonal matrix by the diagonalization, that is we have to take P transpose AP. So P transpose AP result is a D. In next step we have to compute Y transpose a dy. So we will have a expression, that is a quadratic form, which involves each and every term having degree 2. So it is a quadratic expression, that is a 3y1 square plus y2 square plus 4y3 square. Now last but not least, so here we have to find out orthogonal transformation. The orthogonal transformation is x equal to Py. Just multiplying the two matrices P and Y, which gives the required orthogonal transformation. Another problem, reduce the quadratic form, which involves the three variables x, y, z, and which having the common degree, that is 2. Each and every term having same degree 2, to canonical form by orthogonal transformation. So comparing the given quadratic form with the expression a11x square plus a22y square plus a33z square, that is a11, a22, a33 are the principal diagonal elements of the matrix A. 2a12xy plus 2a13xz plus 2a23yz. So comparing with these, computing the constants or quotients of the matrix a12, a13, a23, a13, a31, a23, a32. These are all constants which are to be computed by comparing the quadratic form with the given quadratic form. So thus we will have a matrix A. So here clearly matrix A is in symmetric form. Now to get the eigenvalues, we have to define the characteristic equation. The characteristic equation is determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0. Considering the determinant, which is obtained by subtracting the lambda from the given matrix A and equating to 0 on simplifying the determinant. So we will have lambda values. 3 different values of lambda occurred here. The lambda values are lambda equal to 2, lambda equal to 3, lambda equal to 6. These are the eigenvalues of A. Thus the second step is completed. In second step we have to compute eigenvalues. Now in third step we have to compute eigenvectors for each corresponding eigenvalue. For this we have to define the equation, that is A minus lambda I of x equal to 0. So it is the equation A minus lambda I of x equal to 0, which is used to compute the non-zero vector, that is x, which is also known as eigenvector. Now for lambda equal to 2, considering first equation or substituting the lambda value 2 in first equation, so we will get 3 more equations, solving any two of the equations from 2, 3, 4 equations. So we will have the fractions like this, that is x1 by minus 2, x2 by 0, x3 by 2, which is equated to a constant, that is a k1. K1 is arbitrary constant. In general, we can take K1 as 1. So thus we will have x1 as a matrix of minus 1, 0, 1. Now we can find the normalized eigenvector, that is x1 cap, which is obtained by dividing each element with whose norm. The norm of the eigenvector is minus 1 whole square plus 0 square plus 1 square, whose square root is 2, square root of 2. That is root of minus 1 whole square plus 0 square plus 1 square, that is root 2. So root 2 is a real number which is divided with each number of the matrix x1. Thus we will have a normalized eigenvector, that is x1 cap. That is x1 cap is matrix of minus 1 by root 2, 0 by root 2 is a 0, 1 by root 2. Now similarly we can define the another eigenvector for lambda equal to 3 and another one eigenvector for other value. So for lambda equal to 3, substituting in 1, which gives 3 more equations. Solving any two of the equations, we will have x2. Now we can compute x2 cap, which is divided with the square root of minus 1 whole square plus minus 1 whole square plus minus 1 whole square, that is the square root of 3. Thus the square root of 3 is divided with each element of x2. That is x2 cap is matrix of minus 1 by root 3, minus 1 by root 3, minus 1 by root 3. It is x2 cap. Now case 3, for lambda equal to 6, which is substituted in equation 1, that is A minus lambda I of x equal to 0. So we will have 3 equations. Solving any two of the equations, we will get the equation like x1 by 2 is equal to x2 by minus 2 is equal to x3 by 1, which is equated to a constant here. The constant is k3. In general, k3 can be taken as 1. So thus we will have another eigenvector, last eigenvector, that is x3. Matrix of 1 minus 2, 1. Now each and every element of x3 which is divided with whose norm, that is norm is square root of 1 square plus minus 2 whole square plus 1 square, that is root 6. Each element is divided with root 6. 1 by root 6 minus 2 by root 6, 1 by root 6. It is x3 cap. So these are the normalized eigenvectors, x1 cap, x2 cap, x3 cap. Now we can define the model matrix P, that is matrix of x1 cap, x2 cap, x3 cap. So it is the normalized model matrix P. This is an orthogonal matrix because the P transpose is a P here and P inverse equal to P transpose. Now we can define the diagonal matrix, which is obtained by multiplying the three matrices. The three matrices are P inverse, A and P, or P inverse is P transpose. Now we can multiply P transpose AP also to get the diagonal matrix. So here P is orthogonal matrix, so that P transpose is a P inverse. Now diagonal matrix, which is obtained by multiplying these three matrices. Thus we will have a diagonal matrix, that is matrix of 2 0 0 0 3 0 0 0 6. Now canonical form, which is obtained by Y transpose dy. Capital Y is column matrix, y1 y2 y3, and whose transpose Y transpose is row matrix, y1 y2 y3. Multiplying these three matrices, we will have a quadratic expression. That is, the quadratic form is 2y1 square plus 3y2 square plus 6y3 square. This is known as a canonical form. So which is the required canonical form? Now orthogonal transformation, which reduces the quadratic form to canonical form, is given by x equal to py. Just the model matrix, normalized model matrix P, which is multiplied with y. So what is y here? y1, y2, v3. So it is the required orthogonal transformation, which reduces the quadratic form to canonical form by orthogonal transformation. So clearly x1, x2, x3 are transformed to y1, y2, y3. So it is the required orthogonal transformation. Now sum of squares is lambda 1 y1 square plus lambda 2 y2 square plus lambda 3 y3 square is 2 y1 square plus 3 y2 square plus 6 y3 square. Here we can define the rank, index and signature also. Rank is a number of non-zero terms. So how many non-zero terms are there? 3 terms. So rank is equal to 3. S, index, the number of positive terms. How many positive terms are there? 3. So index is 3. Now signature, the formula for signature is 2s minus r. Just taking the 2s minus r, using s and r, we will have 3. 2s is 6, r is 3, 6 minus 3 is 3. So it is the value of signature. So using the sum of space, we can define the rank, index, signature also. Rank means number of non-zero terms. S is index, that is number of positive terms. And signature is 2s minus r, that is 3. So easy steps to reduce the quadratic form to canonical form by orthogonal transformation. Just we have to use a few steps. The first step is we have to take the symmetric matrix A. In second step, we have to find out all eigenvalues. In third step, we have to find out eigenvectors. In fourth step, we have to find out normalized eigenvectors. In fifth step, we have to define the normalized model matrix, which is formed with these normalized eigenvectors. In next step, we have to form the diagonalization, that is D is formed with P inverse AP or P transpose AP. In next step, we have to take the orthogonal transformation. Before that, we have to find out the canonical form, that is Y transpose dy. In last step, we have to define the orthogonal transformation, which is given by x equal to py. Using canonical form, we can also define the rank, index, signature also. Rank is the number of non-zero terms. S is index, number of positive terms, and signature is 2s minus r. Thank you.